Hey, and thanks for coming back to Glenn's Air Studios, where I help you grow your real estate business. And today I'm going to talk about what you can do if you get an off-market property, right? What are your options if you have a lead for somebody who wants to sell their house quickly? Now, I talked to a decent amount of people and all they're stuck on is wholesaling. All they want to do is wholesale a house because it's easy. You get it under contract and you pass that contract to another buyer, right? Well, if you can get creative in what you do with that lead, you'll be able to scale your business pretty large, honestly. So let's talk about some options that you can do if you get a lead that is off market, right? It could be a neighbor whose house is run down. What do you do? Now, before I jump right into that, I would love if you like and comment on this video, hit that notification bell. That's what everybody's saying on YouTube. Go ahead and do that because I'd love to get this content out to more people. I'm getting some phone calls from friends saying that this has been helpful. So the more people I can help, the better. All right, let's jump right into it. So here are your options. What are your options if you get an off-market property? The first thing is, and this is the easiest, now you won't make as much money on it, but you can just refer that lead to somebody else, right? Let's say it's a property that's maybe further away, you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to drive out there. Make connections with other wholesalers or realtors in that area and refer the lead. Sometimes they'll just pay you a flat fee, like $1,000. They'll pay you 25% of the deal just to refer it. So that could be your first step, is just send that address to somebody else that you trust that can work with the homeowner. So that's the first thing you want to do, is just refer the lead. That's the easiest thing. The second thing is wholesale the lead, right? Now, I just talked about wholesaling a little bit, but that's when you get a house under contract at a price. You don't actually buy the house, you just have an assignable contract. Then what you do is you bring that contract to an investor or someone who's going to own that home eventually and sell that for a higher price. So if you get a contract at $100,000, you may sell that contract for $110,000. So when settlement happens, you have the seller there and the end buyer, and they're going to cut you a check for the difference. So you can wholesale that lead. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more creative, but you can make a lot more money. You can wholesale the lead. Wholetailing is when you buy the home. You actually buy it yourself. You're not going to fix it up very much. Maybe you have to do a little bit, like carpet, paint, that's it. Then you're just going to relist it for more money. So you could buy a home. I have one right now. I'm going to buy it for $100,000 and I'm going to list it for $140,000. And you can do that without doing much work at all. So that is wholetailing a house. You just buy and flip right away. You don't do anything to it really. You just flip it, put it on the market for a cheaper than ARV value. The fourth thing you can do is you can actually flip the lead, right? So you can flip the house. If it's a good house to flip, you can put a lot of work into it and then sell it at maximum value. So you want to make that house really, really nice. Buy it, fix it up completely, do the kitchen, do the bathroom, paint the bedrooms, get the carpet done, fix up the mechanicals, get the roof fixed, all that stuff, and sell it. Now you can make the most money typically in this, unless you buy really, really low on these options. But you can make a lot of money flipping the house. There's much more work, there's contractors involved. If you have the systems, I suggest you could do that. The fifth thing you can do that a lot of people don't think about whenever they have an off-market property is you can BRRR that lead. And I've made another video about BRRRing, but BRRRing is when you buy the house, you rehab it, you rent it out, and you refinance. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy the home at a low value. You're going to fix it up, you're going to rent it out, and then you're going to refinance that house into a mortgage. So you get a lower interest rate than what you got with the hard money. And then you own that home as a rental. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about here is you could actually buy that house and hold it as a rental. So maybe you have a property that's in good condition that you can buy at lower than market value, and you're just going to buy it outright and rent it out. This could work in certain regions of the country where houses are a little bit cheaper. In the Midwest, houses are a little bit cheaper. It is possible. I talk to people who have bought houses at $20,000, $25,000, around that, and then just completely rent it out. So you could just actually physically buy that house and rent it out, okay? So buy and hold, that would be the other option, right? So these are the 6 options here that you could do if you have an off-market property. And don't just get stuck on one of these things. Look at multiple options with each lead, and that's how you can scale your business. Hopefully this was helpful. Please reach out if you have any questions, leave a comment, leave a like, and consider subscribing to this channel because I would love to help you out some more. Thank you very much, and we'll see you.